All right, it's one of the most talked about movies this summer, Kwani.
It is. The Odyssey brings together a star-studded cast and crew to bring the story of Homer's poem to life.
That's right, and I got to sit down with the cast and crew. This is the first time that a feature film has been shot entirely using IMAX cameras, so they were telling me all about what it was like to take on this monumental project.
Tell me what you remember.
A wife? A son.
And then what?
We won the war. Help me go home.
It was just this ambitious idea, you know, to take on a story this epic, but to do it the way Chris wanted to do it and film it all in IMAX. And there were just all these technical challenges. Everybody had to push harder than they'd pushed before. That's, I think, what made it so kind of joyful, ultimately.
What I enjoy in movies and what I like to bring to my movies is a sense of the real, a sense of tactility, a sense of being there. What's the point of view? Really just being, as you say, on the deck of the ship with Odysseus and in the cave of the Cyclops with him. I want the audience to experience that and really feel that they're on that journey with him. I think it's just a powerful way of experiencing a story, I think, and it's what movies are really good at.
Did you know when you first, signed on for this that it was going to be shot with IMAX cameras?
No. In fact, he told me in pre-production that that they were going to try. They didn't know if it would work, and that was one of the exciting things as the schedule was kind of unfolding. As weeks would go by, like we'd get to the end of a week and we'd be like, well, we pulled it off this week, and then it started to become clear we were going to be able to do it.
What would he do if he came back here and find all these shooters in his house?
You're pining for a daddy you didn't even know.
Working with the IMAX camera is definitely something that took me a minute to figure out. Its size and its presence is always so known that it's hard to forget that it's there. But, Hoyter and his team are the best camera department that I have ever worked with.
There was a moment with Tom. We're on top of this 900-foot cliff in Sicily with a real ancient castle, and there's boars and pigs that they were brought up there. And I don't know how Tom did it, but he's doing a fight with the gladiator, and he jumps in the air, kicks the shield when the helicopter is going behind me, and he does it perfectly. And you can't replicate that. And you see it on film, it's unbelievable.
But you cannot control this. That world is gone.
I actually am loving the idea that amongst the camera community, like our crew, like our camera crew, they're going to be like the legends that walk the earth.
Yeah, Ryan Munro, the guy that was the dolly grip.
I was just thinking about Ryan.
I have never seen anything like it before.
It was crazy. There was this one day where I had to do a running shot.
That's exactly what I was thinking about.
Exactly. Yeah. And the camera was about to go off the track, and he became a superhero and just stopped it right on its mark, just through sheer will.
And he was sliding across the floor.
It was amazing.
I remember being on the top of a mountain, and Chris was like, we'll just set the dolly up over there. And I remember looking over there and being like, well, you're not going to be able to do that, bro, because there's all rocks over there. And Ryan just jumped straight in. Yeah. Apple boxes down. 5 minutes later, he set it up. We shoot one thing. Right, we move it. He was remarkable.
We were and that was kind of the whole thing about it was we all watched each other do the impossible again and again and again. And not just actors, but everybody on the crew. Chris is just Mr. Extraordinary. I mean, it's amazing. And I don't know, it elevated every moment. You would go home just feeling such a lift that you'd done something so hard that day.
What a time. The Odyssey releases this Friday, July 17th. By the way, tickets are already selling out in a lot of theaters, so you're going to want to get your tickets as soon as possible.
And I can tell you, it was remarkable. The full interviews with all of the stars are on our YouTube page now, so all you got to do is go to the NBC 10 Boston YouTube page and then search the Hub Today playlist.
Make sure you check that out.
Yeah.